Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again. Here to bring you another video. This video is going to be doing a versus matchup between two of the biggest characters in the Walking Dead television series, Rick Grimes and Daryl. So this one is surprising to me, right? I mean, I didn't really think people were really going to like the versus videos that much, but people love them. People absolutely love them. Love to talk about who they think would win between two different characters. Started off doing just major comic book characters, and now figured we could do some Walking Dead matchups. Now, not all of them would be that great, but this one right here I think is a good matchup. Really good matchup, because it'll feature a matchup that we'll never get to see in the television series, so it's all speculation, so we can just kind of talk about it. Obviously, Rick and Daryl are never going to fight each other in the TV series or comic book series or anything like that. Well, in the comic book series, they could do it if they made Daryl a bad guy, but I don't know. It doesn't seem like they really want to bring Daryl into the comic book series, even though it would probably make them a lot of money and sell a lot of copies for his first appearance and everything like that. So they probably should do it business-wise, but for some reason, Robert Kirkman doesn't want to. Maybe just because it doesn't make sense for the story he's trying to tell or whatever at the moment. I think eventually he will. Once he runs out of ideas, he'll be like, yeah, just throw Daryl in there, make us some extra money, sell a few million copies of the Walking Dead comic book series, and you're good to go. But for the Daryl that we know, the good guy from the television series versus Rick, they're not going to fight each other at any point in time. They're not going to. It's not going to go down. Let's just put it that way. Even if Rick killed Merle or something, I still don't think Daryl would all out go after him. He might have a fit of rage, sort of like he did in season 1, but at this point, I don't think it's going to happen. That being said, if it did happen, who would win? Now, so far, Daryl hasn't lost. In my opinion, he pretty much beats Michonne, and with Shane really close, depending on the time they face each other. But pretty much, if it's not a draw, you got to give Daryl that little bit of an advantage, I think. Just a bit, just a bit. So against Rick, who would win? Well, Rick beats Shane. And I think Rick beats Shane a little easier than Daryl would beat Shane, I think. But you can't do math that way. In mixed martial arts, we call that MMA math, by saying this person beats this person. Then, of course, this guy beats this guy easier. Then, of course, he could beat him. This kind of stuff. When it comes down to Rick versus Daryl, let's go through their list of abilities and strengths and everything like that. So, at the point where we're at right now in the show, season 3, okay, and probably onward, they both have a really good sort of tactical, I want to say like tactical experience for their environment, using the environment, being very stealthy and quiet as they move about. So if they were to go at each other, I don't know if one of them would really get the jump on the other. Daryl might kind of be able to get the jump on Rick, but Rick has shown to be very elusive, too. Like when Tom took a swing at him, dodged that, threw the zombie at him, he was able to get the zombie off of him. Granted, Daryl has saved his ass a number of times, as we saw in the episode Home at the end with the zombie that was coming up to Rick, and then the arrow went through the zombie's head. But that was kind of crazy Rick, when Rick was out of his mind and he wasn't really with it. That Rick, of course, Daryl would beat him. But our normal Rick, the normal leader that we're used to, Rick Grimes himself, I think he could take Daryl down. I think he could. I mean, Daryl's tough. He's got the crossbow. He's got the knife. Yeah, he's got that. But Rick made pretty easy work of Merle, and I think that Merle would give Daryl a real hard time. I think he would. I think Daryl would probably win that. We could do a versus matchup on that one. But when it comes down to Rick versus Daryl, I got to go with Rick. Rick has experience, obviously, as a cop. He's good with his revolver. He's got his axe for close range. He's deadly with that. Cleared out the whole prison cell block section where Laurie was in by himself with the axe in the dark, raging. So yeah, Rick takes us I think so, pretty easily. I mean, Daryl, yeah, he's Daryl, but no, yeah, Rick takes us. That's all I really got to say. Rick takes us. Anyway, that's it for this matchup, guys. That's really all I got to say is Rick's going to win. Got his revolver, got his axe. He could take Daryl down if he wanted to. Not saying Daryl's not tough. Not saying that. Just saying that Rick's the man. That's all there is to it. I mean, he got all the way from wherever the hell his hometown is, I forget, to Atlanta, was able to find his family in a zombie apocalypse. That, my friends, is impressive. Partially by chance, but still impressive. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I'll see you for the next one. This is Trev, saying peace. Oh, and by the way, if any of you disagree with me, you can go ahead and argue it below and make me out to look like an ass or whatever you want to do. Make fun of me, whatever. Go ahead. People do it all the time. I'm used to it by now. All right. Peace, guys.